This is Kim Graves. I'm from Solidarity Community Federal Credit Union, and we are here for the ripple effect.
That's right.
Jessica,
Kim.
how are you today? Oh, you want to sing today?
What do you want to sing?
What?
Should we sing to Marguerite?
You want to do, we can sing to you like Journey or...
Poor thing. She has no idea what she's in for with us, Kim. We have a lot to talk about with Marguerite. She's here to talk about the letter carrier food drive coming up. But first, Marguerite, let's talk about where you're from. You're not actually a letter carrier, but you're representing the pantries, right?
Right. I'm from Hillsdale Zion Community Food Pantry. I've been there for over 28 years, and we serve the community with food.
All right.
Whoever needs food.
And we're looking for this is such a great event, and it happens nationwide with the letter carriers food drive. When is it?
It is May 10th. That's Saturday before Mother's Day. It's been operating since 1993.
So it's been in
31
fruition for a
years.
long time.
Yes.
Yeah, it's great.
So what is it that is in operation? Exactly what is it that you're doing?
Okay, the letter carriers pick up the food from your mailbox, and they bring it to our sorting site. And our sorting site sorts the different food to canned fruit, meat, condiments, miscellaneous soups, vegetables, dried goods,
Ravioli,
yes, canned
SpaghettiOs.
pasta,
Yeah,
SpaghettiOs.
stuff like
That's what
that.
I was thinking.
Yeah.
SpaghettiOs. Yeah.
Stuff that's shelf stable. Excuse me.
shelf stable, yes. No refrigeration, no freezers, no glass,
No
please.
glass.
No glass. Yeah.
Glass is real easy to break, and you have a jar of spaghetti, and it breaks, and
It's a mess.
hits the sack of food. Everything that was in that sack is now
Oh.
contaminated. So please, no glass food.
And a little bit of glass
So-
and a little bit of spaghetti sauce. go a
Yeah,
long
so
way.
I'm like walking out to my mailbox to put a letter in, couple cans, and I can just leave it right
Yes,
by
just
my
leave it.
mailbox?
Yeah.
Okay.
Leave it right by your mailbox. So
yep.
let's talk a little bit what you're looking for. You talked about canned fruit. Are you looking for any types of meat? Are there any kind of different items that we might not think about that you're looking for?
Things that you use.
Okay.
In other words, if you use olives, that's fine. If you don't use olives, don't go out and buy them.
Yeah. That's easy enough, right?
Yeah.
But, anything shelf stable, your ravioli, your
All that good
SpaghettiOs,
stuff. Yeah.
your spaghetti, anything, fruit, canned fruit is always needed. It's one of the littler things that we get. We've gotten canned pasta actually is one of the least.
Okay.
We only got 5 boxes last year.
Okay, so we need canned pasta then? Is that what you're telling us?
Canned pastas, meat, your
Canned chicken.
canned chicken, your peanut butter and jelly.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Anything you can think that people will use. Corn, vegetables, carrots, green beans.
Do you prefer what type of lid that these cans have? I know that's kind of an interesting question, but I know some folks don't have can openers or they don't have
Right.
access to them. Would you prefer that we had the pop tap cans?
It doesn't matter
Okay.
because there's a lot of food pantries that some do give out, can openers
great.
as needed. But we need to get food to the people who need food. Some people have been out of a job for a couple weeks, and they're just in between. They just need the food pantry once. Then there's other people who, because they're on Medicare, Medicaid, they're limited on how much they can buy because they have to pay their bills.
Right.
Right.
And so we have an older generation who is coming to the food pantry who just needs a little help. And because we have food pantries in Howard County, wonderful food pantries, we help them.
How many, and I'm trying to run this through my mind, how many mailboxes are there out there in Howard County? Because if
Great
everybody
question.
puts out like a couple of cans,
yeah.
That'd be
like 5
great.
per
It'd be
household,
great.
how many, can you imagine?
I would love to see that.
That's like a challenge to everyone
I
out there.
know.
Everyone that has a mailbox that receives mail, put 5 cans out there
Maybe I'll put some.
in Howard County.
Okay, this might sound like a strange question. Nobody else probably here can answer this, but if you were in your neighborhood, could you like pop little flyers into people's mailboxes? Or is that only
No.
for the letter carriers?
The letter carriers will send out
Okay.
a postcard.
I don't want to get in trouble.
Sometimes
You're
it
gonna
comes
be
a
in
week
jail.
before, sometimes it's a couple days.
Okay.
Yeah.
But, most people don't shop every day.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I had a friend that always shopped every day because they never knew what they wanted to eat the next
I like that.
meal. But most of us plan our meals
Mhm.
for the whole week, and then we give food.
Yep.
We have had people give food that's outdated.
I was gonna bring that
yeah.
That is spoiled, actually.
Don't bring that.
It happened to be a jar of pickles.
They were,
I don't
they
know.
were pickled.
They were pickles, yes, but somehow the lid, it was a jar, had opened.
Mm-hmm.
So the pickle juice was a little low and a little black.
Ooh.
So, it's real easy to, have that happen.
Mm-hmm.
But, people give outdated food. If you're not going to eat it, why give it away
Right.
for somebody
Right.
else to eat?
That's exactly right.
Good point.
Mm-hmm.
Good point.
Mm-hmm.
So a challenge for every single person in Howard County. I mean,
yes.
we may not all have the need to go out and help someone, but this is another way to be able to do it. So just set some cans out by your mailbox.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Mhm.
a lot of food that you would be able to collect.
A lot of postal office people, they collect their food, and they're still giving out their mail. And because we have helpers who go out with the mail trucks, they can pick up the food
That's great.
so that their mail truck isn't totally full.
That'd weigh them down pretty good, wouldn't it?
How much did you collect last year?
We gave over 10,000 pounds.
Let's make it 20.
Okay.
That
Let's
would
do
be
it.
wonderful.
20,000 pounds.
Yeah. So when you receive all of these items, what do you do with them?
Okay, we bring them to the main site, which is at 1801 East North Street.
East North Street.
North Street this
Mhm.
year, and we'll take them out of the sack. We'll take a look at the can. Okay, this is a can of SpaghettiOs. Okay, we go to the table, find the box with SpaghettiOs, put it in, and then get another can,
Yeah.
and keep going back and forth until we have it. Of course, we're not going to do one can at a time. We'll do a whole, armful or whatever.
Mhm.
But yeah, and then when the box gets full, we'll stack it up. That one in the canned pastas, because we have dry goods, vegetables, soups, cereals, condiments, meat, fruit, canned pastas, and then miscellaneous.
Mhm.
Sometimes we get baby food.
Okay.
It's not a call out, but if you have a child and you want to donate baby food, that's great. We'll make sure that it goes to a food pantry that has baby food at their site.
Now, you were talking about that there's more than one food pantry that will benefit in Howard County from this drive.
Right. There's 8 main food pantries in Howard County, along with the food pantry over in Rushville, and there's a food pantry in Greentown.
So everything you're collecting for goes to all those pantries
Correct.
in Howard County.
Mhm.
Correct. It doesn't go to Cass County. It doesn't go to Tipton.
They've got their own letter carriers up there. You know?
When the letter carriers first did it, all the food went to Lafayette. And then the food pantries had to go to Lafayette and bring it all back.
Oh, yeah. That's a lot to transport.
that
So
is.
instead of transporting it to different counties, we do it all in one county.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's the most interesting thing you've ever found? Like a food pantry donated item?
Well, we get sardines. We've gotten, actually, somebody gave a thing called with a toy with it, with their baby food.
Huh.
Not a Happy Meal, right?
No, it wasn't Happy
Okay.
Meal. It may have
Well,
been
they
a
might be shelf stable.
If I
guess, don't
remember
know.
correctly, it may have been a Happy Meal toy, but I don't remember.
We're just looking for food. You don't have to
Yeah.
bring your
Yeah.
toys this time.
Food that's not expired.
That's right.
Right.
Check the dates. And I know a lot of folks
And
for
if
these.
if it is expired, don't let it be 20 years out of date. Last year, that's okay. but-
Okay, last year is okay.
yeah.
Okay, so last year is okay, but
Mm.
any further back than that, let's not do that.
Each food pantry has their own rules on that.
Okay.
Do you have a lot of volunteers that help you sort all of this?
Every food pantry that comes has to have 10 volunteers.
Okay.
Some of them have more. which is wonderful.
Mhm.
But, each food pantry, we have 8 food pantries this year who are going to help. So we have 80 people helping, and then at least.
That's amazing.
That's a
And then all
lot.
the letter carriers, of course.
Yes, all the letter carriers. Yes.
They're busy.
That's big.
They keep them busy. They make them work on Saturdays, you know?
I know.
Mm-hmm.
Is 10,000 pounds your largest amount that you've collected?
No. No, we've done a lot higher. But we understand why, because there's not as many large paying jobs as there used to be in Howard County.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Right.
People need help right
Mm.
now. That's for sure.
Yeah. And then this is just another way, that if someone is needing it. Now, how can they call? I mean, can you list all the different pantries so that if someone does need assistance, then they know who to contact to reach out for these food items?
There's St. Vincent de Paul, Salvation Army, New Life, Connection Church, T Zion, Kokomo Rescue Mission, Hillsdale, Zion, and the Hands of Grace and New Hope.
Oh, wow. So there's a big list of them. And I know there's a couple of places you can call to probably get that list. United Way has their 457 help, and I know they probably have a full list over there to send you in the right direction.
You can get, United Way's one way. You can talk to your township trustee.
That's a great
They
idea.
have a list of food pantries. Hillsdale Zion Community Food Pantry website, or I should say Facebook. They have a whole list of all the different pantries also.
That sounds great. And you know what? If you can't find it, just get a hold of Kim or I. We'll figure it out for you.
We
Oh,
will.
We'll get something
make
for
sure you
for
have the
sure.
list.
Yeah. So the Letter Carrier Food Drive coming up Saturday, May 10th. This is a one-day event, and we're leaving our food where, Marguerite?
At the post, at your mailbox.
At your mailbox. Our letter carriers and their helpers will pick them up. They'll sort it, and it'll go to 8 different food pantries, all here in Howard County.
Now, will you guys have any drop-off sites anywhere?
You can drop it off at the main site at 1801 East North Street, or you could do the main post office on Webster. And after 10 o'clock on May 10th, till about 4 o'clock, you can do it at Jefferson near Dixon or Connection Church.
Okay.
Okay.
That sounds
Wow.
great.
That's a lot of food.
It is.
I know, but that would be awesome if we can help so many people in Howard County. That would be great. And all the work that you guys are doing and all the different organizations that are participating. That's awesome.
Thank you, by the way.
thank
How
you.
long have you been volunteering at your pantry?
I've been volunteering at my pantry for about 30 years.
Oh, wow. What made you start volunteering?
Well, they decided to have the township trustee wanted a place to have their food pantry because their place that they were giving aid couldn't do it as much. And between Hillsdale and Zion, Hillsdale had the room at that moment. So we started the food pantry.
That's great.
We started by giving them a box of food, and we evolved to giving out food by like grocery shopping.
Mm-hmm.
So if you don't want peanut butter, you don't have to have peanut butter.
Who doesn't want peanut butter?
When you're allergic,
That's true. I would hate for that. It's like my favorite food.
It's mine too.
I mean,
I sit down with a jar and
I
a
think
spoon
about that
and
all
I
the
go
time.
at
I'm
it.
like,
Yeah.
I would be very sad if I couldn't eat peanut butter, and I'm sorry if you can't.
Do you keep a jar in your office where you could just go
Uh,
get a spoon? And
You know, I think I tossed it when I moved my office, but I generally do have a.
I did have a
in
jar
my
at one
office.
time, yeah, but I didn't want people to see me sitting
Shelf
there eating
stable.
out of it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but if you're allergic to something,
Sure.
it's a lot easier to or if you can't have salt, look at see what the ingredients are.
Mm-hmm.
But by having the people shop their own food, it made it a lot easier for them to get the stuff that they will eat and not just throw away.
Well, that's right. They'll eat it. There's a little bit more dignity, I think, involved. If you need some help, you get to pick out your own thing. So that's great. The Letter Carrier Food Drive, again, coming up Saturday, May 10th. If you're in Howard County, leave your canned food items just in a bag.
In a bag, plastic bag, because if it's rainy, you don't want it to all go to waste.
Yeah, we don't. We
Oh,
definitely don't.
yeah.
So leave your food out by your mailbox Saturday, May 10th. Your letter carrier and their helpers will pick it up. We're going to raise, what are we doing? 20,000 pounds? Kim? Is
That's
that
our
the goal?
challenge.
All
Let's challenge everyone. Just Just
do
put
it.
a couple cans, whatever you can do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 10,
20. It would
20.
take less
Yeah.
if less people if we did 20 cans.
We just think
you
of how many houses in Howard County. If we
Mhm.
could do that and just slam the food pantries full of food, I think that would be a great problem to have.
Yeah, even just half the houses or a quarter of the houses.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Yeah. So it's a challenge for everyone.
May 10th. It's
Let's
a
do
Saturday.
it. Let's do it.
The Letter Carrier Food Drive. Marguerite, thank you so much for joining us
Thank
today.
you.
Keep up the great work. We appreciate you.
Good
We like it.
job.
Thank you.
Good. I'm Jessica. This is Kim. We're from Solidarity Community Federal Credit Union. Thanks so much for watching The Ripple Effect.